Have you ever looked at a pigeon and thought, something's not quite right here? They're everywhere, in every city, on every continent, and they always seem to be watching. Well, what if I told you there's a reason for that feeling? What if the bird you see pecking at crumbs on the sidewalk is more than just a bird? Welcome to the rabbit hole, or should I say, the pigeon coop, of one of the most fascinating and surprisingly detailed conspiracy theories on the internet. Birds aren't real. The core idea is simple, yet staggering. The theory claims that all the birds in the United States were systematically eliminated by the government between 1959 and 1971 and replaced with sophisticated look-alike surveillance drones. Pigeons, with their urban ubiquity, are supposedly the flagship model. Sounds crazy, right? That's what I thought too. But the deeper you dig, the more, let's say, interesting it gets. Let's start with the why. The official birds aren't real movement narrative points to the Cold War era. The CIA, desperate for an edge in domestic surveillance, supposedly saw the nation's bird population not as wildlife, but as a pre-existing, ubiquitous network that could be hijacked. The plan? Replace every single living bird with a robotic replica capable of recording everything. Think about it. Where do you always see pigeons? Public squares, government buildings, busy intersections, outside your office window. They have a perfect vantage point for mass surveillance. And we've been conditioned to completely ignore them. They blend into the background of our daily lives, making them the perfect covert operatives. Now let's talk about their behavior. Have you ever seen a pigeon sit on a power line? The theory suggests this isn't for resting, it's for recharging. They're literally plugging into the electrical grid. Their jerky, robotic head movements, not just looking for predators or food, but advanced motion tracking and facial recognition software in action. The way they bob their heads is supposedly a gyroscopic stabilization mechanism, keeping their camera optics steady. And what about pigeon droppings? The theory has an answer for that too. It's not waste, it's a tracking liquid. Some versions of the theory even claim it's a form of liquid GPS or a chemical agent. The white splatter on your car isn't an accident, it's a tag. They've marked their target. Let's look at some historical evidence presented by believers. The movement claims that the term pigeonholed, meaning to be put into a restrictive category, actually originated from CIA agents filing away surveillance data collected by their pigeon drones. They also point to historical figures. Nikola Tesla, a genius inventor, was famously fond of pigeons. Proponents of the theory suggest he wasn't just an eccentric bird lover. He was one of the early pioneers of this drone technology. His well-documented empathy for a specific white pigeon was, they claim, an attachment to his most advanced prototype. Then there's the question of baby pigeons. Have you ever actually seen one? Most people haven't. We see the big, adult-sized pigeons everywhere, but the nests and the awkward, fluffy adolescent birds are incredibly rare sightings. The birds aren't real explanation. They're not born. They're built. They are assembled in secure, underground government facilities and deployed as fully grown adult models. This neatly explains the missing link in their life cycle. What about their construction? Believers claim these drones are marvels of biomimicry. A lightweight carbon fiber skeleton, micro-camera eyes with high-definition zoom capabilities, and a GPS transmitter. The cooing sounds they make? Not a mating call, but a data transmission signal, sending information back to a central server. Each coo is a packet of data, a piece of a conversation, a snapshot of a license plate. The movement even has an explanation for bird migration. It's not about seeking warmer climates. It's a massive, coordinated recall for maintenance and software updates. Flocks of birds flying in a V formation aren't just being aerodynamic. They're sharing data and charging wirelessly from the lead drone. Now, it is incredibly important to state that the entire Birds Aren't Real movement was started as a parody. Peter McIndoe, the creator, came clean and explained that it was a satirical social experiment designed to poke fun at modern misinformation and conspiracy culture. It's a brilliant piece of performance art that mirrors the structure and talking points of other, more serious conspiracy theories. The goal was to create something so absurd that it would highlight the nature of how misinformation can spread in the post-truth era. But here's where it gets really interesting. Despite the creator admitting it's a joke, a significant number of people genuinely believe it. The lines between satire and belief have blurred completely. Online forums are filled with people sharing evidence: a pigeon that didn't move when a car got close, a bird that seemed to be malfunctioning, a strange metallic glint in a bird's eye. They've built a whole universe of lore. Different bird models have different purposes. Crows and ravens are supposedly elite, high-level intelligence units. Seagulls handle coastal and naval surveillance. Hummingbirds are tiny, agile assassin drones. It's an incredibly detailed and, in a strange way, creative world. The fact that this satirical movement has taken on a life of its own says a lot about our current relationship with technology and authority. We live in an age of real, documented mass surveillance. We carry tracking devices in our pockets every day: our smartphones. Our smart speakers are always listening. In a world where the lines between privacy and security are constantly being redrawn, the idea that the government would use robotic pigeons to spy on us doesn't feel as far-fetched as it should. The birds aren't real theory, whether you see it as a joke or a possibility, taps into a very real modern anxiety. It's a reflection of a society grappling with technological overreach and a growing distrust of institutions. It's a meme, a social commentary, and for some, a genuine belief system, all rolled into one. So, the next time you're sitting on a park bench and a pigeon lands a little too close, staring at you with its beady little eye, you might just find yourself wondering, is it just looking for a snack? Or is it cataloging your face, recording your conversation, and transmitting it all back to a server in a secure, undisclosed location? Is it just a bird, or is it Model P7, Unit 42, on its daily surveillance route? The truth, as they say, might be stranger than fiction, or in this case, stranger than parody. Thanks for watching. What do you think? Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. And if you enjoyed this deep dive, don't forget to like this video and subscribe for more explorations into the weird and wonderful corners of the internet. See you next time.